Hello everybody, Justin here. I hope you guys are having a great day or a great night. And before jumping to the charts, don't forget to smash the like button, share and subscribe. Remember, we are exchanging my knowledge for your time. Both are precious, okay? And we keep growing together. And let's jump into the charts. So you guys know the drill. This is the first time I'm going to take a look on Kava Labs, and so it's going to be from A to Z. It is true that we don't have much data, but still it is possible to make a forecast and to take a look on possible scenarios for later bullish continuation, okay? Because this is not a bear market at all, not at least for Kava, okay? Let's start from volume and OBV, and then I will draw the key levels. Just a second. Okay, so as you guys can see, just a second. So we have a huge bullish divergence, just like many other coins out there, okay? And just a second. So crystal clear, bullish divergence, all the way bullish. Oops, just a second. Also, we had raging volume since the dump for the event that we can mention. So way bullish, amazing to see behavior like this. And it's natural to have some people taking profits, especially at this level here. Okay, doesn't matter which one you want to look at. Very likely and expected to see people taking profits. So what we are going to look now is the forecast and the bigger picture, scenarios that can play out and scenarios that are valid, okay, which are in the radar. If you are new to my channel, know that English is not my native language, so forgive me if I say anything wrong. Just a second. Hold on. Hold your heads, cool your jets. It's not going to take long. This is very necessary to understand the price behavior for the coming months and also for the next bull run. I mean, for those new assets, especially for them. So the lines are not targets, okay? But they can be possible targets, okay? We're going to take a look soon, just a second. Okay, hold on. And remember, every time I take a look in a new project, I mean, the first time I'm going to make analysis on it, it's always from the zero, okay? So from A to Z. So I believe everything is here. Let me see, still not. Okay, I believe this is the best scenario to work out. So the first thing, this level right here shouldn't be, it must be a straight number. Okay, better now. So this range, well, just a second, there's a lot of things to cover. Okay, so let's start from the first one at $1. Also, just a second, there's always a thing ahead of the other. Let's measure the violence. Okay, so Kava had a 81% retrace, which is bullish in my opinion, okay, because we saw many other projects and coins, tokens around 97 and a few at 90% retrace, okay. So at 81.35 it's even lower than Bitcoin itself, okay. So bullish in my opinion. And now, yes, I won't be able to use my Fibonacci setup here. I will try to work it in a few minutes. So first thing, we have a trigger, positive trigger for later continuation, which means this whole range here, it's in the like for possible scenarios for later bullish continuation. And as you guys saw in my previous analysis, if you remember, this range right here, it's the cross or the highway between one level and the other, okay, which means very unlikely to stop here when the day comes to new highs. And we can see, and probably can see, some people taking profits here and also at 5, okay. Just a second, I am missing something here. Yeah, let me take a closer look on Fibonacci, because I believe I will be able to find the proper levels. Just a second. Hold your heads, cool your jets. So as you guys can see, let me explain first. This week right here, yeah, so this week it's not symmetrical compared with this one, right? So I would have a problem with the measures. So the proper approach here is from body to body, okay. That's the one I will be looking for. Just a second. Oh no, I won't be able to do it. Damage. Second. I will need more space on the left, but it's okay. Let's see what I can do here. Hold on. Okay, let's go. Just a second. Okay, folks, so this is a Fibonacci setup made by hand, okay, because as you guys know, I can draw it properly here. So the thing here is, let's read it. Okay, so right now, what do we have? It's a 80% yes, 80% attack on the previous lower high, which is bullish in my humble opinion. Okay, 80%, and we still have a lower high, which is not bearish at all, because doesn't matter how much we are going to move sideways or a little move down, it's bullish, okay. The whole structure, it's bullish. So the thing right now is to understand how much we will go down before later expansion, okay, because it's a step-by-step process. And as you guys remember in my previous analysis, this scenario here, let me make a proper draw. So this scenario here, I am measuring this guy, okay. So I can use the same setup for a different scenario. Fibonacci is not only about price and levels, it's about time as well. So if if time changes, because time is always changing, right? So we have key time frames or windows of time. If you don't adjust your chart, you will end up wrong. We watch and see the things in a different way. Okay, so here, let me clean this scenario here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, the previous scenario, it's a fact, okay? It's a valid scenario. And what I will look now, it's a possible scenarios. So right now, from this time on, I will speculate, okay? So we don't have facts or proper technical evidence. So I'm going to speculate, okay? Just a second. It's always a pain to start with a new chart from the zero, but you know, I enjoy it. Okay, yes. Let me see if I can. Okay, just a second. Let me see if I can do it properly. Yes. Hold on. He won't able me to use it. Just a second. Okay, so it's not the way I wanted, especially because we don't have much data, but it's okay, not a problem at all. Okay, perfect. So right now, again, presuming this move is over, it's done, presuming we are not going up, I'm going to address a scenario that we go up a bit more, okay? So one scenario at a time with different fundamentals. So for this scenario right here, what we would be looking at is a retrace, not strong. It's not going to be strong, not a strong dump. No, not like this. This time is going to be different. Okay, and also, just a second. I need the 50% here. Yes, close to this range. Yeah. So we have two possible scenarios. 50. Yes, perhaps it's just a little above. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have two key levels here. Let me show you. Yes, right here. So let me right here, just a second. Where is the thing? Just a second. Alignment on the right, top, black, 14. Where is that? Oh boy, I hate. Okay. Oh yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. 16, 20. Okay, great, fantastic. Let's go for the next one. Just a second. It's on right. It's on top. Show the test. Black, please. 20. 61, 80. Okay, fantastic. So guys, this is the Fibonacci setup. And what we may end up here, just a second. So we are going to have a first, let's say, a fight around this level right here, which is the 38% level. Okay, so it's very likely to see some bullish activity around this level here. But the one I am looking at is at least 50, okay, because this whole structure everything that we had, it's probably going to chase the average price for the high to the bottom. And in other words, would be something like this. Okay, just for you guys to have an idea. And at 61, it would be, yes, way bullish as well, no doubt. It would be amazing and a nice opportunity to buy. But I will be much more comfortable with 50%, okay? Because this range right here is going to be the range for bear traps. As you guys can see, people who buy the first range, they will have a strong support below. So if their stop losses or liquidation, I don't know, it's below the 61, they are 100% protected. And also for the ones who bought or are defending the 50% level, because everyone selling at this level or shorting, can you guys see all this range right here? Let me make a better draw. So all this range, it's bullish territory. I mean the bulls territory. So if the sellers and the bears try attempt at these levels, the bulls will be fully covered in protection to wipe out the bears. Because the bears, we must presume they are the smart money, okay? Participating in the healthy process for corrections before expansion. So this is natural. And we know the smart money don't short, they don't sell, support, and key levels. It's like burning money. So there are multiple reasons and technical evidence around these levels and very significant levels. So for the scenario, again, for a scenario like this, doesn't matter how we are going to play out, okay? It's going to be 100% bullish. Doesn't matter how we move, okay? So those are the levels. We must watch out for this scenario right here. And now we are going to take a look in a different scenario. Just 1 second, please. Okay, so the next scenario, just a second. So for this one here, I will address a possible somewhat double top. It could give strong odds for the inverted head and shoulders, okay? Just a second. Let's use a flat line, yes. Just a second. Okay, perfect. Let me take this one out. So this can be another possible scenario. As you guys can see, we would have odds for the inverted head and shoulders in the main structure. And why this scenario is a big deal? Remember, this range right here, just a second, it's around 38 and the 50%. So the 50% is just below, okay? This is just for proper reference. So it is true that if the bulls are able to make a move here, it will be great as well. And the thing here, for this range at $1, we are going to have the same situation, the same scenario for the one that I just showed you down here. And I'm going to explain why. Do you guys remember the $1 range here? Yes. So, and at 70.80 we will have the same kind of activity, because again, let's say just a second. Okay, let's say that the bulls give up here. The bears will jump in, no doubt. It's all good. The bulls will be waiting around this level, and their stop and liquidations and etc. will be covered for these two levels here, not to mention the ones below. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that different sizes can change the whole scenario. I mean, for the targets, stop losses, liquidation, ranges for accumulation, changes everything. The numbers change. They're still there, but the strategy change according to each level. Okay, so again, for this scenario right here, the bulls would be 100% covered and in a great spot to keep the pressure on against the bears. Okay, because the bears know this level at $1, it's very significant and strong. Okay, and I don't believe they will keep trying to sell and charge all those levels, key levels that we just saw here. Okay, and so this is this is the second scenario. Yeah, so yeah, I don't believe anything different can happen, but yes, it always can happen. Let's take a look for another one. That's a straight break up, which is also possible but unlikely, because the bulls will need it a lot more firepower, money, and momentum. Okay, so it doesn't make sense, but yeah, it's still possible. Let me take this one here out so you guys can understand. Just a second. Okay, if we go straight all the way up to the $2 range, which is going to be key resistance, we are talking about let me see here, just a second. So if the bulls are able to make a run to the $2 range, yes, it's going to be bullish, but the outcome and the whole strategy is going to be different as well. And a straight move to here is going to be around 141% overpass from the previous structure, which is bullish but is followed by limitation. Okay, and that can be a issue, because in the way back we may presume that this level here it's going to hold. Okay, but I don't know, I wouldn't trust such a level, especially because it's too close after a strong push up. Okay, so I don't believe it's going to hold, but it is possible, because depending on how much we go down can be a bull flag. Okay, so that's how bulls and bear traps work. There's a lot of math and numbers behind it. So yeah, I would expect, again, for this scenario, okay, I'm speculating here, something like this. That would, okay, the time frame is not like this one. So this would be a two-step correction before later continuation. And here we can talk about a falling wedge, very likely, but a bull flag is going to be somewhat unlikely. Okay. And now, bigger picture. Just a second. Again, let me address the middle here. Just 1 second, clear heads. Okay, I'll take out this guy also. Let's only focus on possible scenarios for targets for bullish continuation. So 500%, folks, from here. And this is not only for price, okay? If you know my methods and my analysis, how I do it, I don't talk about percentage in price, okay? Have this in mind. You can check my previous videos for later reference. So anyway, in price, this range right here would give us 500%. Just a second. And 500, oops, it's wrong, sorry. Yes, so this one is for 500, which for crypto we know is very, very little, right? There is a better way to do it, just a second. Okay, in the second scenario we are talking about 1000%, right? It's the double of the range. Okay, so here we have a first scenario for a 500% growth, and yeah, and the second one for 1000. And as you guys can see, we have this range in between, okay, which is 5, 1 to 5, 5 to 21, there that give us 16, right? The gap between from the top and from the bottom at 1. And so what we may see, so now we may look at a possible scenario. I won't try to guess straight lines, no, doesn't matter, just for you guys to have an idea for a possible forecast scenario, okay? Nothing else, just some speculation, good old possible scenarios, okay? And as you guys can see, it's based on math, not based on guessworks. That's why we can make proper analysis at such levels even without price, okay? It works from the top to the bottom or from the bottom to the top, doesn't matter, all the ways. So doesn't matter how we go here, but let's talk about scenario like this. This can be our battle of midway, and it's very likely, in my opinion. I have to start to make better draws, sorry. Yes, and just a second, what I'm missing. Okay, so this is going to be our bottom structure, or the beginning, okay, or the early days, doesn't matter the name, it's the first structure. And then we have the second structure, which is the highway, or the battle of midway. I prefer the battle of midway. Till the so here the market is going to decide when it is enough. Okay, we don't know. There's no way to know, but soon we are going to have better clues. And for so this is for 500%, as you guys can see, and this scenario right here would be for a 1000% growth, market growth, okay? We are not only talking about price. This is also based on growth, expansion, market business, etc., etc., etc. So this could be a possible scenario for the midway, doesn't matter how this play out. And then bang, okay? So those are the levels I am watching for, okay? This project is in my radar. Really interested. They are developing, you know, what they are doing are way beyond. You know, it's something fantastic. The swaps between the coins and tokens, it's it's just mind blowing stuff. Okay, I can't even find words to describe how amazing such thing is. It's not all projects out there that have such approach. Okay, and let's keep going now. Let's jump into the daily. Let's just a second. Let's talk about this candle right here. It's a bad candle, but it's not over yet. 60% shadow. Yeah, 50% bearish, not all the way bearish. The bulls still have room to go. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so there is nothing clear here on the daily, but it's clear on the 4 hours. Okay, so just a second. This guy here, this breach from the previous structure, is all the way bullish, okay? And it was amazing that we had only a small hand of people here trying to defend the flat bottom, which is support and resistance traders. But it's amazing that they let the bears breach, which now we have a bullish perspective instead of an even more bearish perspective. So it's looking fantastic. And we have a marginal higher high, if I'm not wrong. Yes, so oops, just a second. So compared with the previous one, it's a higher high, which is great news for the bulls. And what we maybe develop here, just a second. Well, this one is not going to be easy at all. Just a second. I have to use straight lines, not going to work. Hold your heads, cool your jets, just a second. Okay, so it is possible that this level here is going to hold, but it's not the best option. Just a second. A flat one here, it's not going to be the best scenario, but it's not going to be the worst. Okay, so what, let me see. Okay, I won't try to guess here. I will wait for more candles. But what we have here, the last card the bulls have, it's a possible falling wedge. Okay, and then we can have two targets. Let's take a look in the higher time frame. So again, this is a possible scenario for a falling wedge. Just 1 second. Okay, yeah. So what we may end up here, for a 50% payoff, which I believe it's not enough because the bulls is still in control, we are likely to have, yeah, somewhat, we can make the point for a multiple. It's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would give us a proper neckline for maybe the structure that we talked about. That can be a possible inverted head and shoulders. Okay, possible scenario, not unlikely at all. But another thing here, let me take a look, just a second. So let me make a proper draw. Let me see here, just a second. So doesn't matter, okay, the range. If this falling wedge plays off, okay, plays out, sorry, doesn't matter. Okay, what I'm going to try to find here, it's the, just a second. If my idea it's valid based on the target, possible bullish target for a falling wedge. Just 1 second, please. I'm asking for a lot of seconds. So it will become minutes and then maybe hours. I'm sorry, there's no other way to do this. Take some time. Okay, so this move right here can be, just 1 second please, another one again. I have to change this, my behavior, sorry. Okay, so this guy here, yes, let me see. Yes, so this can be the possible targets. This is a Fibonacci setup, okay guys, I'm doing it by hand. So a possible target here for this, if plays out, okay, so far it's speculation, for a falling wedge can be around these two guys right here, 136 and 127. And yes, this scenario would be perfect for that perspective of a inverted head and shoulders. Okay, would be amazing. Would be a call for the bulls. It could be like, yeah, around this level would be very welcome. Okay, we would have, just a second. We would have a amazing space for profits. Yes, from here to here. Doesn't matter if it's going to be a lower high. That's not the point for the bulls. And even with a bear move here, it's healthy. The bears will be welcome, and this is going to be a great scenario for later bullish continuation. It's going to be fantastic. Actually, all the scenarios that we talked about can be amazing if they play out. Okay, so guys, I believe this is it. I believe I covered everything from A to Z. And yeah, let me take a look here on the chat. There is not a lot of people today, but you guys are fantastic. Just give me a second. Hold on. Okay, so let's go, Chris. Hello, Extronium. It's an interesting coin that has a strong cycle every bull run. Looks like it's cooling on daily. Yeah, there's a lot of folks talking about this project. One of the reasons I'm not going to take a look, at least for now, it's because they are a like a proof of work algorithm, and we find out in the past, way more than a year ago, that they can have. I'm not okay. So this is not. Don't take my word for it. Okay, this is a research I made back in the day. They can have problems with security. Okay, it is true that they can work out and they can comply and avoid any kind of problem. We know how regulations are going to step in, but so far that's a project that I'm not interested at all, especially because it's proof of work. Okay, and we know proof of work projects are literally doomed. Okay, don't take my word for it. Check the global schedule. It's the 17 global goals. Yes, it's the agenda 2030. You guys can take a look and understand why proof of work projects are with the days counted. Okay, don't take my word for it. Do your research. Sorry, coiling up, not cooling. Okay, no problem at all. XRP bigger stash, interesting if never looked at Kava before. They have a fantastic project. Okay, there is a, if I'm not wrong, there is a video on YouTube where you can see the coin swap. You know, for example, for Bitcoin to Ethereum, Ethereum to XRP, XRP to other coin, and it's like very fast. And it's not a new concept, but it's like a universal concept. Back in the day, they were working on the atomic swap, but you know, there's a lot of problems and the proof of work and can't scale. It's a mess. Okay, so in my humble opinion, even the atomic swap based on proof of work is not going to work properly. Okay, this is my 50 cents. John Ripple, crypto, try what, my friend? John Ripple, hello, my friend. See it late. You watch it now from the start, looking for Canva. Okay, you're very welcome. Thanks. SVV, thanks, Houston. Always interesting. You are very welcome, my friend. So, guys, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this analysis. I hope this info can help you in some way. Okay, and don't forget to hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, and thanks for your time, your patience, and your support. And I will see you guys soon. Have a blessed day.